Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ty coming to you guys with a brand new video here on the channel. Welcome back. If you guys are brand new around here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And don't forget, if you guys have any questions or you guys just want to join my Discord, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. Now, today's video is a video I have been promising and a lot of you guys have been asking for, and that is going to be a playlist of all the best builds in Gran Turismo 7 for each type of race, whether that's the Tokyo Expressway 600 performance points or 700 performance points or 800 performance points. I'm going to be showcasing all the best builds for each performance points in the game so far. So there's going to be a lot of Tokyo Expressway builds in here, and then a lot of Sardinia road track builds in here as well. But I'm going to leave timestamps in the description down below, so if you guys have a car that you guys are looking for, you guys can just click that timestamp and go right to it. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Once again, if you do, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications, as well as I apologize for missing an upload yesterday. It breaks the upload. For April, I'm going to get you guys with a double upload either today or tomorrow, but enjoy this video and let's jump right on into it. Alright, so the race we're going to be taking a peek here at is in Europe, and it's the Sardinia road track. This is personally my favorite track in the game. It's super fun to race and super fun to look at as well. So as you guys can see, there's a performance points limit of 800. So obviously you guys can use these 600 performance points. Glitched out cars, but I'm going to be showing you guys here 1, 2, 3, and 4 cars that you guys can use that I think are super good. Now these are going to go from the best to I think the worst, but all of them get the track done. I don't think there's very big difference between all of them. They all get the track done in about the same amount of time. So the first one we're going to be looking at is probably the best one. It's the GR010 Hybrid 21. And as far as the car settings go, this thing can be found in the Toyota, in the Japanese. So right here, we're using racing hard tires. If we go to the detailed settings, these are the settings you guys are going to want to run on it. Now, if you guys want to, feel free to pause the video and copy down these settings right here. This is probably the best car for doing this race, in my opinion. This one gets it done in about 25 to 26 minutes, 24 minutes if you're a good racer. You are going to have to pit a couple of times, but that is okay as well. So here is the build for that. And then I'm going to show you guys the next car we're going to be looking at is the Redbull 2019 competition. I love this thing as well. However, it will guzzle gas. It gets it done, but you're going to have to make a few pit stops. So right here, if you guys want to, feel free to copy down these settings by pausing the video. We are going to be using racing medium tires. And I don't think there's much change as far as suspension. It's more of right over here. We're changing the ballast, and then the power restrictor is at 90, and the output adjustment is at 70. As far as manual adjustments, if I did change anything, I'm not sure if I did. This is where it would be. And then over here, there's not any parts really bought over here. Now we're moving on to the next car, which is the 917 Living Legend Porsche. This thing is super good as well. I'd have to say this is actually my second favorite car to use. I think all these cars are great. We're running racing hard tires on them. And then once again, feel free to pause the video if you guys want to copy down all of these settings on this car right here. So with that moves us to our final car, and that is going to be the Subaru BRZ. Used to be one of my favorites, but they ended up like nerfing it a little bit. So you used to be able to glitch it. Now you can't. So this is the build for that. Once again, if I did any manual adjustments, it will be right here. I don't believe I did. But here is the build for that. 794 horsepower. It weighs 2,500 pounds. And here it is as far as all the settings on that car. So I'm going to be showing you guys another one as well. So the Escudo Pikes Peak is also a very good one if you guys have this car. I did find out that a lot of you guys actually don't have the Escudo Pikes Peak, but that is another one for this track that is super good, especially when you're racing on it. So right now I have the Escudo Pikes Peak as my Tokyo Expressway build. So this is the Tokyo Expressway build, but I'll throw up a build here right here that is going to show you guys. So it should be a settings sheet of an 800 performance power build for the Escudo Pikes Peak, because that is probably the best build in the game, to be fair. When this thing has 800 performance points to work with instead of 600 performance points to work with, this thing is absolutely lethal on that track. So jumping right back into it, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the race in the GR010 Hybrid, and we're going to go ahead and enter the race. Not much you got to do with the fuel map. That's what I do like about this track. And for those of you who have been racing Tokyo Expressway for a very long time, And maybe even if you guys have been getting the clean race bonus, it always feels good to just take time to race a different track. There's nothing wrong with racing a different track. As far as it goes with the payment, like, I haven't been getting the clean race bonus on Tokyo Expressway, so this is more profitable if you aren't getting the clean race bonus on Tokyo Expressway. Obviously, you can't race like a maniac on this track, though. You still have to, you know, not ram into the other cars. Now, I recommend running it on Fuel Map 3. If you guys run it on Fuel Map 3, you will have to only pit one time during the entire race. It is a 15-lap race instead of a 12-lap race. However, you can get most of the laps done in about a minute 30, a minute 40, or a minute 50, especially with this car right here. So once again, one of the better money methods in the game right now. There were a couple glitched builds in there that you guys can use, and if you guys have been keeping up with my 600 performance point glitch builds, you guys can also use those on this race as well. However, you would have to swap out the tires for racing hard. I recommend racing on racing hard on these races. Just be cautious. If you guys do change it to racing hard, you will no longer be able to use that car on Tokyo Expressway until you guys go ahead and change the wheels back. So make sure when you guys do go and want to race it back on Tokyo Expressway, make sure you guys change the wheels back to comfort hard, I believe I race on, or intermediate. It really depends on the car and the build itself. But as you guys can see, not a very long race, not a lot of laps that you guys are going to have to do, especially on Fuel Map 3. I still have about 9 laps remaining as well. And if you guys wanted to just take first place right away, feel free to just race it on Fuel Map 1 and take first place right away. But yeah, when you're racing this race and you guys do not, you will get the clean race bonus almost every single time that you guys race this race, which means you're getting 727,000 for the same amount of time that you guys would be racing Tokyo Expressway. So realistically, this build is better, and this race is better for those of you who aren't getting the clean race bonus. Okay, so jumping into this first build, this is by far, I think, the best way to make money in Gran Turismo. As far as, the easiness of this, the time, it's fairly quick, and it does involve Tokyo Expressway, but this is my favorite car for Tokyo Expressway. I'm going to show you guys another car as well for the Sardinia road track that I also really, really like. But we're going to start off with the best race in the game that will get you guys super rich. So here today, we're going to be showing you guys my build for the Aston Martin DP100 VGT. Now, this thing is super, super insane. And the good thing about this is you do not have to stop for gas when you guys are using this vehicle. You don't even have to change your fuel map. Without changing your fuel map, this car will survive the entire race up until about the 10th lap. Then you guys just have to knock your fuel map to about 3 or 4, and then you guys can finish out the race. But by that time, you are going to be ahead of everybody. So here's the settings that I do run on this car. Feel free to pause the video if you guys do want, but I rock sports hard tires. Nothing changed in the suspension or the differential gear. Aerodynamics, nothing changed in the downforce. The ECU, the output, I just knocked down to 76. As you guys can see, it's right on that borderline of 600. It's literally at 599.99, which is crazy. But as you guys can see right here, 607 horsepower. All you have to change to get it here is the ballast. Change that to 197. Change the ballast positioning to -37, and then the power restrictor to 100. And that's all you guys have to do for this build. I'm going to show you guys me racing with this build as well, so you guys can kind of get a feel for what it's like. So like I said, jumping into the next car, we have the V6 Escudo Pikes Peak Special Edition. Now here for the car settings, we're going to be using racing medium tires, and there is going to be some suspension changes. I'm not going to go through all of them or say all of them right now because that would just take a lot of energy out of my voice. But as you guys can see, 798 performance points. This thing has 1,162 horsepower, and it only weighs 1,764 pounds. Now for the output adjustment, it is changed down to 98. The power restrictor is up at 100, and then the manual adjustments look like this. If you guys need to make any manual adjustments, here it is right here. Just make sure you guys have these exact settings. Feel free to pause as well. Here's over at the supercharger area. Nothing really unique. Only the turbocharger is a high RPM turbocharger. I do believe the downforce is changed, so go ahead and change the downforce as you guys see here. And then, like I said, for the transmission, that's the manual transmission setup. If you guys need it, to go ahead and get that as well. Like I said, feel free to pause the video if you guys need to take a peek at it. But this is definitely one of my favorite builds. I go ahead and use it on Sardinia Road Track, World Circuit 800, and basically it's 15 laps for 500 and some thousand, no, 727,000. So when you finish the race, you'll make 727,000 by doing the race, and you guys can complete the race about a minute a lap. You will have to pit about twice, so the pitting takes about a minute in itself. So it does take up to 20 some minutes just to complete it. But if you guys are efficient, and I'm going to show you guys me racing the race, if you guys do get efficient with this vehicle, you guys can complete the race super quickly, and this can actually be more profitable than racing on the Tokyo Expressway. So let's jump right on into using the car. It absolutely smokes competition. Is in Brand Central, and through Brand Central we go to Asia Pacific, and it is in the Nissan category. We're going to be taking a look at the GTR 2017, so it should be right here, and it is super cheap for only $94,000. You guys can go ahead and purchase yourself this vehicle. Now, first thing you guys need to do as soon as you guys purchase the vehicle is you need to make your way on over to GT Auto. So not the tuning shop right away. First and foremost, you need to make your way on over to GT Auto, and you're not going to wide body this thing. So a lot of the previous builds with this car were wide bodied. Do not wide body the car, so make sure your car is not wide bodied. Once you guys make sure that your car is not wide bodied, then we're going to head on over to the car customization, and we're going to need to change one thing over here in the car customization. So with the custom parts and stuff, you guys are going to have the front, the side are all going to be standard, the rear is going to be standard, and the wing's going to be standard. The only thing we're going to be changing is in racing items, and that is going to be the roll cage, and we're going to go roll cage type A. So once you guys go ahead and put on and make sure you guys have equipped roll cage type A, and once you guys have equipped roll cage type A, you guys can go ahead and back out of GT Auto, because we are now done in that area. All we needed to do was add the roll cage, and then we can head on over to the tuning shop. So once you guys have those upgrades, head on over to the tuning shop. I'm going to go one by one here. A lot of you guys requested that I take the tuning shop part a little slower and show you guys and purchase the parts beforehand, so I can just show you guys which parts I've purchased and which parts I do not have purchased. So starting in the sports section, we have the weight reduction stage 1 and the comfort hard tires. I believe you already start with the sports hard, but if you guys want to buy those, that's what I bought as well. Moving on to club sports, we have the bore up, the high lift camshaft, and then the weight reduction stage 2, the power restrictor, and the ballast. Moving on over to semi-racing, we have the racing crankshaft, the fully customizable computer, the high RPM turbocharger, the height adjustable sports suspension, the fully customizable LSD, and then weight reductions kit stage 3, and then the increased body rigidity. Moving on over to the racing category, we are starting off with stroke up, engine balance tuning, polished parts, anti-lag system, racing intercooler, racing air filter, racing muffler, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake pads, racing brake kit. So basically these first 3 rows we're purchasing everything except for the racing brake kit with the drilled discs. And then moving down here, the fully customizable suspension, the racing clutch and flywheel, the torque vectoring center differential, the active LSD controller, the fully customizable racing transmission, and weight reduction stage 4. Nothing is being bought in Extreme, so you guys do not have to buy anything there. Once you guys have all of that purchased, I'm going to show you guys these settings that I have on the car that will allow you guys to get this thing to exactly 600. And then you guys are going to be able to use this on Tokyo Expressway. So here is the build that gets you exactly to 600 performance points. Now this thing has 933 horsepower, weighs about 2,800 pounds. And I'm going to make this clear real quick before we get into the actual race itself. Yes, this build is meant for wall riding. So I make money tutorials for Gran Turismo 7, not racing tutorials. So unfortunately, we're not racing the cleanest. So we're going to be wall riding in this video, and when wall riding with this vehicle, you're going to be able to get under 24 minutes. So for those of you who do not like wall riding, this is not going to be the build for you. So that's the stat sheet, and then once you guys have all those stats done, we're going to go ahead and jump into Tokyo Expressway. All right, so just like a few minutes ago, they went ahead and updated Gran Turismo 7, not like an update, but they changed the legend cars, and in the legend cars, you guys can now go ahead and purchase the V6 Escudo Pikes Peak. So for 1.7 million, you guys can go ahead and purchase this vehicle. Now, if you guys don't know, I have a glitched out build that can get this thing to 600 performance points, and it is literally the best car in the game. So make sure you guys buy this vehicle right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the build for it as well, so that you guys can race it on Tokyo Expressway and go ahead and get 24 to 23.5 minute laps. Also, they have the, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name. I'm not very good with cars, but the 205 Turbo. Also, I recommend you guys buy this thing. I have a build coming out for it in tomorrow's video, hopefully. So once you guys buy the V6 Escudo Pikes Peak from the Legend cars, all you guys need to do is copy down the list that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my build for the Escudo Pikes Peak. Personally, definitely one of my favorite cars in the game. One of the best money grinding cars as well. I mean, this thing is absolutely insane. You guys can see by the stats on it, 1,000, almost 1,200 horsepower, and it doesn't even weigh 2,000 pounds. So we're going to go ahead and take a peek at all the upgrades. So first things first, we're going to head on over to GT Auto. I'm going to show you guys all the upgrades on this thing. I have nothing done in the car maintenance section. Heading on over to car customization. Besides the wheels, I don't believe I've changed anything on the wheels. No, so these are the settings for the wheels. And then as far as the custom parts and everything go, there's not really any parts. So nothing in GT Auto that you guys need to go ahead and throw onto the vehicle. However, we're going to head on over to the tuning shop, and I'm going to show you guys all the upgrades that we have on the vehicle. So comfort hard tires. There's not really much upgrades you guys can buy. The power restrictor, the ballast, the fully customizable computer, high RPM turbocharger, fully customizable LSD. Under the racing category, we just have a racing muffler, racing brake kit, brake balance controller, fully customizable suspension, torque vectoring center differential, and fully customizable racing transmission, and then racing hard tires and racing medium, and then nothing in the extreme settings. So once you guys have all of those upgrades and everything, we can head on over to the garage. I'm going to show you guys the build here in the video. So this is going to be the under 600 performance points. We're rocking the comfort hard tires, and as you guys can see, here are the settings for the car. Feel free to pause the video if you guys need to. I don't believe there's any manual adjustments. Nothing changed in here. Nothing I think changed with this. And then really the big thing is the aerodynamics. So the front downforce is to 200 and the rear is to 700. And then obviously the high RPM and no handbrake. So those are the settings sheet for the Escudo Pikes Peak, and I'm going to show you guys us actually racing it in Tokyo Expressway. So like I explained before, this is definitely one of my favorite cars to race in the game. It's I made a video a long time about it too. When it first came out, I was like, this is the best car in the game. Let me plug in my thing so you guys can't hear the sound. So the fuel map, as far as fuel mapping goes, I don't really change it right off the first lap. Now, you guys can wall ride with this build, or you can choose to actually race the race with this build. With its weight, it actually is not bad to actually just race the race. However, I do prefer to wall ride. And for those of you who were not getting clean race bonus in the Tokyo Expressway, I'm going to show you guys in this video how to get clean race bonus on Tokyo Expressway for those of you guys who were having trouble with actually getting the full 825,000. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I said, this is definitely one of the best cars in the game, and I'm gonna show you guys where a lot of people mess up when trying to get the clean race bonus. But super easy to drive. I also love racing this thing on Sardinia road track. So if you guys are trying to play a different race, I have a video of me actually using this thing on Sardinia road track when it can have 800 performance points. And when this thing has 800 performance points, you will not lose. You never lose. This is definitely like the best car in the game, in my opinion, because you guys can use it on multiple different tracks. There's so many things. There's so many races you guys can do, and it's definitely like the best car for money grinding, in my opinion. But coming up here, I'm going to show you guys where a lot of people mess up on Tokyo Expressway and don't end up getting the clean race bonus, because I had a lot of people saying, Untied, it's not worth doing Tokyo Expressway if I'm not getting the clean race bonus. I don't know why I'm not getting the clean race bonus. Here it is. So first and foremost, you guys need to make sure you're not hitting any of the other players on the race. And then coming up to this last 180-degree turn right here, you guys need to make sure you're slowing down. So I'm going to show you guys right here. You cannot cross by those cones. So you cannot cross this white line right here with these cones. If you guys cross that when you guys are up here on this 180 turn, you will lose the clean race bonus and you will not end up getting the clean race bonus. So make sure you guys are staying on the right side of that white line and those cones so that you guys can make sure that you're getting the clean race bonus every single time. Because to be honest, if you guys are not getting the clean race bonus every single time with this build on this race, then it's really not worth doing this race. So if you guys are still having troubles getting that clean race bonus, I recommend just racing Sardinia road track so that you guys are at least maximizing the amount of money that you guys get every single 30 minutes or 25 minutes and stuff like that. Now, I have seen people get 24 minutes with this car. I've also seen people get 23 and a half finishing laps with this car. So this car is definitely fast, and I'm going to tell you guys, and I say this almost every video, I am not the best racer whatsoever. If you guys are looking for the best times, this is definitely not the channel. I'm more of the guy that teaches you guys how to make money in this game, not how to race every single race. So like I said, very fast car. If you guys know what you are doing, I somewhat know what I'm doing. I like to just race the races. I don't usually get very fast times, but I can usually tell which car is good and which one isn't. So this is definitely a car that you guys need to go buy right now that is in the shop. Once again, 1.7 million for the V6 Escudo Pikes Peak, and definitely one of the best cars for all you who are trying to money grind, money farm, or credit farm and credit grind as well. So with all that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. This is a double upload today, and hopefully I'll have the playlist out tomorrow. I know I promised you guys I'm going to post a video with all the best glitch builds, so hopefully I'll have that one out tomorrow for you guys that you guys can go ahead and look at, and once again with all the timestamps in the description, so it can make it very easy for you guys to find which car will be the best for you. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like, share this video with your friends, and happy money grinding, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.